Hey everybody, clearing. Got my bridging wand, the kyanite. Okay, so today 3 words have come across my path: empathy, sincerity, and partnership, union. Okay, we're gonna pull some cards and see what does my viewer what would be most beneficial for my viewer to know about empathy at this stage of the journey. So what can we see, Divine Creator, regarding empathy? Okay, empathy reveals the truth, the Ace of Swords. This is the truth that is there, the ultimate truth, the higher truth, the sovereign truth of the individual, without a second opinion or a second sword. This is the first person truth. So empathy allows us to see what is that person's story, not what we think it is through a lens of fear or our own filters. It allows us to see where they would be coming from. One really, really beautiful way of finding empathy is to imagine yourself in their shoes and to consider what would be the highest, most beneficial reason you would be showing up in the way that that person is showing up. That shows a very compassionate understanding of a circumstance. If you get it wrong, who would blame you for being that beautiful? But you might just see it in a compassionate way that takes the demonization out of them, or the judgment, or the blame in some way. Furthermore, let everybody tell their story. It's a journey of becoming, just like you have sometimes been awkward with expressing things. Allow people that same grace, that maybe they don't know how to say it properly. Maybe they haven't found that truth and they're doing the best they can. Go easy on them, give them space, allow them to come to it on their own so that they can express. And that's empathy. Empathize with yourself so that you can see those same graces about your own motivations. Ask yourself, I intuitively felt like I should What is the highest interpretation? What is the most beautiful, conscious way that I can look at why I was feeling that that was the reason I should do something, or that that was my choice? So empathy for self and other, that is the understanding of the heart space, the deeper reason, the deeper meaning. And then divine timing. So all of us on this journey have been stationed here by the divine for this express purpose of understanding. We are pretty much on this twin flame mission, in charge of witnessing this, translating it, sharing it, teaching it, living it, understanding it more deeply as we become more familiar with it, accepting it as we see it for what it is, beyond the 3D. So yeah, it is part of a divine process with this divine intervention, this as above, so below. These things, heaven on earth, only grounds as quickly as we can assimilate it by seeing it for what it is and then voting for it with our choices, our words, our actions, our deeds. So empathy is this motion of humility, mercy, compassion. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Sincerity. What does the Twin Collective need to know about sincerity today? The Two of Cups. This is a very poignant card to come out for the twin flame connection. There is a caduceus here, the lion, this winged central connection point, and 2 cups. This means, in the reverse, it's a hair off of absolute, profound, unadulterated, one-on-one connection. This is the minute nuance level pardon me, of learning regarding pure, pristine, direct love connection that's recognized mutually, and those hair off differences. So sincerity, we are coming down to splitting hairs here with consciousness. Do not delude yourself, twins. Do not lie to yourself about what you're worth and about what energy indicates to you. You cannot fake it. And you cannot have true passion, true happiness, true freedom if the connection is not impeccable. Oh my goodness, what's going on? So it's about communicating with the throat chakra. This is about really being honest with self and conveying it to others. Be honest with yourself, no matter what you think the other person is doing or not. You have become so impeccable that you cannot settle for anything that does not prefer you, that there is not a mutual preference. That is so incredible. It doesn't matter what motive, what reason the person has for preferring you. If they are preferring you, you're going to feel that compared to ambivalence or weak energy or indecision. It is this reason that the Bible says, don't be lukewarm. Hot or cold is better than lukewarm, being convoluted. And this is where it's coming to with sincerity. Even this hair off is no longer good enough because it is not satiating. So this is twins not settling, not desiring union just to have the body there or the person there. This is profound, pristine connection or not. For whatever reason, there are different ways of looking at that connection too. And so I'm being told I'm leaving it at that for everyone to process in their own way. Okay, and now partnership and union. So true partnership, which is union, what do we get? Major foundational changes, one by one, towards love. So Page of Cups, this is the initiate in love. And Two of Coins is the practical application, starting small, building up. My goodness. Communicating these things, knowing them so that we can talk about it. So know thyself and to thine own self be true. Represent your essence to anyone that you partner with. Show up in your truth simply. And then anything that is not your truth, do not allow it to take root. Don't build a faulty foundation on things that are not your sincere truth. That is so lovely. In order to advocate for your truth, you must have impeccable compatibility. Otherwise, there's triggering. Otherwise, there's incompatibility. And it's better to go in another direction and align with those who are compatible than to try and change someone. We know all these things, but we're living the Tao of it through the twin flame journey and being shown in no uncertain terms energetically what happens when we try or have tried in the past with others, all of that. Okay, awesome. Let's get into what is the divine masculine thinking of the connection today. What is the divine masculine thinking specifically about the divine feminine and where they're at? I'm going to add another layer. What is the divine masculine feeling on the heart space? What does the divine masculine think the divine feminine is feeling on the heart space? Interesting. I've not been asked to do that one before. What is the manifestation? What do the divine masculines want regarding the connection at this time? What actions are being taken? What is the biggest challenge? What is the spirit guided solution for that challenge? Where are things going? And what else can we see about these things directly as it relates to the understanding of the feminine polarity? Okay, so let's see if I can remember those. So what is the divine masculine thinking about this connection, the journey? Okay, they are in hermit mode, mulling something over that they hadn't seen yet. So they're open to seeing the truth of this on a whole new level, I'm hearing. Something that has come to light, they are weighing it against what they think they know, and deeply within trying to find the best and highest interpretation for it. So it's this free will and divine will. It's sort of this idea that something radical, some new way of looking at reality came across their path, directly or indirectly associated with you, divine feminine, and the divine masculines are considering, is it too outlandish? Can it be looked at that way? Is it appropriate? Is it true? Can they get behind it? Can they actually dare to believe in it that way, is what I'm hearing. They're looking to see if it's too big of a leap of faith to consider that the new information is true or could be realistic. What do the divine feminines need to know about that? The universe, let it play out, let it become ascended, I just heard. So just trust that firsthand experience is the only way to embody and to anchor this higher thing in. It's the practical understanding. So just let it play out, divine feminines. And the bee here, what a beautiful, I love bees so much. But the bee here, all of us are doing it together, the worker bees, the technicians of reality. We're all working this puzzle together. So yeah, what are the divine masculines thinking specifically about the person that is their divine feminine? Oh wow, they're seeing that you are leaving well enough alone. You're practicing self-love while they finalize this integration. They know that whatever they are integrating, that you are giving them space to do that without pressure. Love in action. They feel incredibly loved by you, and they know they have all the time they need to do this processing without pressure. Aww. Huh. That is a direct message on how they appreciate you. You make them feel loved. You make them love themselves, divine feminine, because you do have compassionate understanding that affords them the luxury of this solo processing. Seven of Swords. So let them do that. They don't need to communicate with you during this processing. It can be a solo pursuit. It can be a private motion for them. Likewise, you are justified and entitled to process privately, to come to your own truths without pressure, without having to subscribe to somebody else saying something, for instance, and then having to comply. So this is the sovereignty being demonstrated in the connection and being accommodated by each through compassion. This is the initiation of that foundation. There is more of a karmic pattern where there's an incessant, what's wrong, how can I help, how can I fix this for you? This is different. This is spacious. So the divine masculines recognize how masterful and conscious you are, that you can really keep it in this high frequency. It's an inspiration to them, I'm hearing. What is the divine masculine feeling on the heart space? Oh my gosh, my two twin flame cards. They know to step out of their comfort zone would be a direct step into more of a compatible union, harmony with you, divine feminine. We have Four of Wands, 1111, this wake-up call, and twin flames stepping out of comfort zone. This is such a beautiful foundation on the heart space that they feel this has all the makings of the best, I just heard. Oh, so on the heart space, they know that they are venturing towards you through anchoring this heartfelt safety. Innocence of Swords. You can feel this too, because the pain that used to plague you is gone. Something has just caused a growth spurt, an internal processing, and this motion where both are just aware of the newfound peace and patience and grace between the two. And you're picking up on this. You're feeling it. I'm feeling that the energy is lightening, and divine feminines aren't feeling the pain that they would have felt in the past, because the divine masculines are balancing out on the heart space and holding their own through strength, humility, groundedness, temperance, I just heard. What are the divine masculines thinking the divine feminines are feeling for them right now? Hermit mode and waiting to see, waiting it out, giving space. Wow. Holding their own, keeping a distance, allowing. Divine feminines, what do you need to know? Yes. Take it to heart that you've gotten to a place of selflessness regarding I heard the serenity prayer. What is yours? What is theirs? Knowing everybody is accountable to hold their own. And this is a revelation to you, because this is how good it feels. You're trusting your DM has it. You're trusting that you're not rejected or abandoned, or not rejecting and abandoning. The energies are balancing between the two. This is the alchemy I'm hearing, the grand alchemy. So that there is this restructuring where you are not compelled. And there is not a dire storyline saying, I hope they can do it one day. It's more, I feel them doing this now, and I honor that process in self and other fully, completely. There is nowhere to go. This is the majesty of the journey. This is what it is for. This is the healing. This is the becoming. This is the love. So that's a major, beautiful grace coming in for the divine feminines. And the divine masculines know full well what you're up to. They know that you know that they know that you know that this is the way of it. What are the divine masculines wishing for this connection at this time? Their free will is coming on board for the long term. They want this forever too, I just heard. They want this legacy. They want to keep growing. They know this is the way to balance out everything in the long run. This reminds me of a message that came in a private reading earlier today, talking about long-term energy. Sometimes we think that when we want something for the long term, when we're ready for the long term, that means, let's go cliche with it, marriage, the house, the vehicle, the 1.5 kids, the dog, the cat, that picture. No. The way you get to the authentic long term is to balance out and be even keel, be tempered, be able to bend in the wind like a willow, and stay whole, stay resilient, stay funny, stay grace-filled. That's how you align with long-term energy. Not necessarily the image of that structure. Although there's nothing wrong with that, but it has to come from within first. You can't cheat it and manufacture it without authentically embodying it. And unconditional love, divine feminine. So just a little longer, I heard. You've done so well to ride it out so far, and everyone is working on this puzzle together. So just keep holding your own, embodying more unconditional love. Let it play out the way it needs to. Love yourself all the way along. That is how to anchor this long-term energy and stand the test of time. If you're not reaching or chasing or begging or asking somebody else to make it all better for you, you've got that unconditional love that, again, is not abandoning or rejecting or being abandoned or rejected. It just is. It's part of the becoming of all of us, the learning, the growing, the love, the compassion, the sincerity, the empathy, and the partnership. So just allow it, continue allowing it. What is the divine masculine action at this time? Really in deep meditation about what victory, outward, public shows of victory would be. What did they deem as the highest priority for their life? At the end of their life, what do they want to look back and say they did their way? I'm hearing, I did it my way. I'm not going to sing it like I'm on Broadway at all right now, but all of you are in your head. You're welcome. So yeah, we've got this becoming divine masculines. It is up to you. You are fully being ushered into designing your ideal scenario. Divine feminines, just trust the devil energy in the reverse here, that all the illusions are being seen through. The masculines are not subscribing to a fixed reality, a dead end, a set in stone reality. Anything can change. Miracles are happening right now. Epiphanies are going off. See that enlightened halo? The divine masculines are coming to a realization or two about what they really want versus maybe what they felt was expected, or the gold standard of the 3D. They are really looking at if that sits right with them actually or not, or where that can be more customizable, I just heard, for them as a unique individual. So just rest assured, they've got this. This is meditation with the universe, with the divine self. And so no earthly temporary paradigm is going to outlast love. And that's essentially what the masculines are investigating now. What is love to them? Why do they want love in their life? What is the biggest challenge for the divine masculines? And also, what does love even look like? What is the biggest challenge? Wheel of Fortune and freeing the mind. Waiting for divine inspiration, I heard. This is divine intervention, a lucky break, something changing, abundance coming in, things lightening. There is sort of a juxtaposition here of divine and free will. The Eight of Swords talks about the things that we think we're trapped in that might be an illusion. See, this person's looking into this water reflection here, and it's the image that they see there that doesn't actually exist here in this picture. They're not actually surrounded by this bondage and the crows, but in their mind, that's what they see. So this is about a reckoning. The divine will as an option, that through free will we can choose to see this abundance that is here instead of all of the bramble. That's what I just heard. So divine feminines, the Fool, keep being fools for love, believing in this unicorn fairy tale becoming. Keep understanding that it is what we believe is possible that we become. As fairy tale as that may sound, I double dare you to do it. What can we see as the solution to this choice to align with heaven on earth or stay in the fear paradigms? Let go of the fluff and go forward on solid footing. 100% yes being yes, no being no, and just walk through the fire, I heard. Heart of Swords, Queen of Swords. Divine feminines, even your lower vibrational interpretations, your interpretations of what's been going on for your masculine, this is a card of lacking empathy. And that was a word here coming out for what did the divine counterparts need to know about empathy. We got a bunch of messages about that to begin with. This is saying, divine feminines, that you have been lacking empathy for what the divine masculines have been doing energetically on the planet by doing their process of becoming, their solo, authentic becoming. They've been moving mountains of energy on the planet, and you've lacked empathy. So there have been some judgments where you have deemed your masculine as less conscious than they are, having ulterior motives that they likely did not actually have. Go into any of those places of unforgiveness or judgment and be curious, is there another way to look at it? Do you need to hang on to those past assessments of what your masculine's motive might have been that make you feel hard done by in some way here? Where is this connection going in the near future? Okay, there is an awareness that there can be more friendship come in, more communication, more free flow of emotional transparency. Both are realizing what could be talked about, what is more important. Ten of Swords in the reverse, right? This is the abandonment wounds, the feeling left for dead, bleeding out, forsaken. That's turning around because we're not taking it personally, because there is this compassionate, empathetic understanding of the journey for each person in their sovereign right. It's no longer this forsaken energy, and now there is an opportunity to show up in unconditional friendship and love in the physical, I'm being told, because this density is being cleared in the energetic realms. Most of this year has been this new reality becoming embodied, the let it unfold naturally on this foundation of unconditional friendship. And so we're seeing, I'm getting that we have communication about these things on the horizon, that we have transparency about some of these things on the horizon, that if it's not a matter of clearing up things that have happened, there will be new opportunities to witness that there could have been an old paradigm way of interpreting what's going on that isn't chosen. A new go-to setting has been initiated, which is more empathic, sincere, and unity conscious. Beautiful. Okay, let's get an energy card. Starseed Oracle, what can we see for the divine masculines watching? Psychic vision, hidden meanings, dream readings. Yes, you are integrating a whole new layer of the onion as far as interpretation of energy. You're going deeper than you've allowed yourself to go before. You're purifying on a whole new layer of paradigm about what love really is. I'm hearing specifically divine masculines are sorting through the archetypes of the way that society says a masculine should show up in relationships successfully. And divine masculines are really dropping in to say, what would that take? Is that my truth? Is that how I want to show up? Do I want to emulate that archetypal version of success? If yes, who do I need to be within for it to be 100% my truth, without temptation, without deviation, without a secret resistance? How can I be authentic